So my name is Christy Joyce Moreno, and I live in Kansas City. I am mother to Nina Isabela Rojo Moreno and Emilio Fidel Rojo Moreno. Nina is 13. She's an 8th grader at Crossroads Preparatory Academy, Crossroads Charter Schools. Emilio is a 5th grader. He's 11, and he attends a Crossroads Central Street campus, also from Crossroads Charter Schools. And yeah, we've been living in Kansas City for 11 years. We moved here from Mexico City, Mexico, which is where I grew up. But I was very fortunate to grow up in a bilingual home in Mexico City. And that is certainly something that's important to me to, pass on to my children, the love for languages and also to, boost in them the pride of being children of color, of being Mexican American, and of speaking 2 languages, which I think is not only a beautiful gift, but it is also a tool in life. Something that was very important to me was finding a place where my children would find a really healthy sense of belonging, and that is the reason why we have stayed at being part of a charter school family. I very much appreciate the sense of community that charter schools bring. I was really looking for schools where they could see themselves represented through the staff, through their teachers, the role models, looking for places where we could, as a family, not only just benefit from the services and from education, but also contribute to. And charter schools have definitely opened that option for us and have welcomed my input as a parent and my children's involvement as key stakeholders in their own education. I strongly believe that obviously no child is the same. No, every child has their own needs, their own learning abilities, their own interests, their own gifts, and also some challenges. As a mom, being able to have the power to look at options and look at finding a learning community that would best fit my children's learning, emotional, cultural needs has always been very important. I am just very grateful that I live in a place where I can have an option. I know that not every family, depending on where they live, has that option. And so I have exercised the right to, partake in the decision of where I want my kids to be educated. Even though we're all navigating the difficulty of having to figure out how to school our children and get the education that they deserve, having those really close partnerships with our educators and our leaders at our school has been wonderful. One of the things that I have loved about our school has been the parent engagement. Our schools have talked to parents a lot. There's been a lot of surveys. They've been listening to our needs. They've been adapting, even though COVID has definitely impacted the way we live our lives. The partnering with our school has been super important, to the point that I'm very happy, and I know that not every family has had this opportunity, but my kids are engaged, and there hasn't been a single day in which they have woken up and said, I don't want to do school today. I don't want to go to Zoom. I don't want to. It's something that, even though it's hard, they do look forward to meeting with their friends and their teachers. As a charter school parent and always involved in all things charters here in Kansas City and being an active parent, I participated in the funding equity campaign that was held last year and into this year for all charter public schools in the state of Missouri. Because of my active engagement and activism around that, I was identified as a parent leader. And I was invited to attend the National Parents Union convening back in January in New Orleans. It was very eye-opening to me to realize the power that parents have and the voice that parents have, and that we are not just the people that the educational system serve, but we are stakeholders, and that we have a voice and we have a choice and we have a say and we have rights as to, everything concerning our children's education. You have rights as a parent, and you can challenge your leaders, and you can come to them and speak to them and say, this is our current situation. This is how my child is either benefiting or not so. And that they do have a voice. So you are responsible, right, as a parent for your children's education, first and foremost, before anybody else. And so you have a voice, and you need to use that voice. We come to this country, a lot of us that have an immigrant experience, our top priority is the education of our children, but we have to recognize that the education system is not perfect. We have to know what's going on in the classrooms. We can't wait to be invited, because a lot of times they don't want us to be involved, right? We have to actively seek the seat at the table, and we have to come together to build support with each other, and ask the right questions, demand the services that our children deserve. We know what our children's likes and dislikes are, what their strengths and what their challenges are. The one size fits all kind of model is just not going to work for everybody, right? Like we all have different needs. Public school funding needs to follow our students no matter what school they attend. We need equitable funding. We need our children's education to be funded fairly. We need all of the schools that are educating the children in your cities and your districts to receive everything that they deserve as a right, as a law. Families of color, low-income families, and others that have traditionally been marginalized by our educational system are even at greater impact right now. We need the government, and we need our new leaders that are coming into office in January to step up and to provide the support that our families need. We have to talk about high quality education. We have to talk about a world-class competitive education, because we cannot deemed to be a first world nation when our educational system is so broken and so flawed, and where we cannot really compete with the world. We need the parent voice at every single table where there are decisions being made about the education and the future of our kids, the present and the future of our kids. 2/3 of parents in the country are in favor of school choice. And this obviously has even come more to light with the pandemic, realizing where the gaps are, where the needs are, but also the power that they have to actually make decisions and to see that they have options. And when something's not working for them, that they have other places to look to, and other education systems that are available to them. I have never met a single parent who has said that they don't think that the education of their children is important. But I have met a lot of parents who have no idea they actually have choices.